Good morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Okay, as you know that we are doing the 6th chapter My Failed Omelets, and in the previous video I had just given you a short summary of the story, right? Now today what we will be doing is that we will be doing the exercises of the textbook, checkpoint section, I understand section, and I will also show you an animation of the story. So when I show you the animation, you will be very clear with the lesson. Okay students, so let's see the animation and the exercises of the textbook. Okay students, we are doing the second part of this chapter, that means this is the second video. Now let's see the checkpoint section and the animation of the story.
My Failed Omelets. In nearly 50 years of writing for a living, I have never succeeded in writing a bestseller. I know why. I can't cook. Had I been able to do so, I could have turned out a few of those sumptuous-looking cookery books that brighten up the bookstore windows. If I was forced to write a cookbook, it would probably be called 50 Different Ways of Boiling an Egg and Other Disasters. When I came to live at 7,000 feet in the Himalayan foothills, I realized that boiling an egg was not a simple undertaking. Just getting the water to boil was something of an achievement. I don't know if it's the altitude or the density of the water, but it just won't come to a boil in time for breakfast. As a result, my eggs are only half-boiled. I told everyone that half-boiled eggs are more nutritious than full-boiled eggs. Gotham, my 5-year-old grandson, asked why we boil them at all. Raw eggs are probably healthier. I offered to make him a cheese omelette that he would never forget. It was a bit messy, as I was over-generous with the tomatoes, but I thought it tasted rather good. Gotham, however, pushed his plate away, saying that I had forgot to put in the egg. 101 Failed Omelets might well be the title of my bestseller.
Okay students, now this is the 6th chapter and today we are going to discuss the checkpoint section, okay? So the first checkpoint section question is over here on page number 35. Okay, I will just say it orally, you listen to it properly and then you can write it in your notebook. Okay, the first question is, why does the author say that he cannot write a cookery book? So why the author cannot write a cookery book? So the answer is, the author says he cannot write a cookery book because he cannot cook. Okay, the author says that he cannot write a cookery book because he cannot cook. Okay, now the next question is on page number 36, that is the next page. There are only 2 checkpoint questions over here. The second question is, what does the author forget to put in the omelette? Very easy. The answer is, the author forgot to put eggs in the omelette. Again I am repeating, the author forgot to put eggs in the omelette. Understood students? So this was the checkpoint section. Now in the I understand section also there are only true or false and think and answer. It's very short, so we will do this also, we will discuss this also. Okay students, so first is true or false, very simple. Number 1, the author has never written a bestseller. So what is the answer? Yes, very good. The answer to this question is true. The author has never written a bestseller. The answer is true. Number 2, the author lives 8,000 feet in the Himalayan foothills. Yes, good. The answer is false because the author does not live 8,000 feet. He lives 7,000 feet in the Himalayan foothills. Okay students, so the answer to the second one is false. Number 3, it is difficult to boil water in the Himalayas. Yes, answer is true because it is very cold there, so it is very difficult to boil water in the Himalayas. So the answer is true. Number 4, the author usually succeeds in making half-boiled eggs. The author usually succeeds in making half-boiled eggs. Does he succeed? No. Yes, he succeeds. He doesn't make full-boiled eggs, but he can make half-boiled egg. So the answer is true. Okay, the answer to the fourth one is true because he can make half-boiled egg. He succeeds in making half-boiled egg, but he cannot make full-boiled egg. Okay, number 5, the author's cheese omelette was memorable. Yes or no? It was a memorable one. Why? Because he had forgot to put the omelette. Sorry, he had forgot to put the egg. So the answer to the fifth one is true. The author's cheese omelette was memorable is true. Okay. Number 6. The author plans to write a cookbook. Yes. At the last he says, I plan to write a cookbook, and the answer to this question is also true. So number 6 is also true. Understood? So all the questions are true. Only number 2 is false. Only number 2 is false. Understood? Now we will see exercise B. Think and answer. Okay. So a question is given and 3 questions are given related to it. A line is given. Number 1. Raw eggs are probably healthier. Who said this line? So the answer is the author's 5-year-old grandson says this line. Again I am repeating. The author's 5-year-old grandson says this line. Okay. The B question is, to whom was it said? To whom did the child say this line? He said it to the author. Again I am saying he said it to the author. And the last one is C. Why did the speaker say this? So why did the child say this line? So the answer is the grandson says this line when the author defends his half-boiled eggs as being more nutritious than full-boiled eggs. Okay. The grandson said this line because the author defends his half-boiled eggs as being more nutritious than full-boiled eggs. Okay. Now the second question is, comment on the cheese omelette made by the author. Means how was the cheese omelette? So I am telling the cheese omelette was a bit messy as it had lots of tomatoes, but the author had forgotten to put in the egg in the omelette. Again I am repeating. The cheese omelette was a bit messy because it had lots of tomatoes, but the author had forgotten to put in the egg in the omelette. Okay, so this is the second question. Now the third one. If the narrator ever writes a cookbook, what would be its title and why? So the answer is, since the author did not know how to cook, his cookbook could well be named My Cooking Disasters. Again I am repeating. Since the author did not know how to cook, his cookbook could well be named My Cooking Disaster. Okay, so we have completed the I understand section also. Okay students, so I hope now you have understood the story very nicely after seeing the animation, and I hope you have understood the answers also to the exercises, right? So please listen carefully to all the answers that I have given you and write it neatly in your English notebook. Okay, fine. So thank you for watching my video and have a nice day.